Most women are trying to lose fat with habits that actually make things worse. I am Abram, a professional nutritionist that's helped thousands of women melt their body fat without counting calories or taking supplements. And I want to teach you what actually works in the real world. And it's not about doing more. It's actually about doing the right things that work with your body after 40. I'm talking about women in perimenopause and menopause, because what worked before doesn't work anymore. So I'm gonna teach you 7 things that actually help to balance your hormones naturally, get rid of inflammation, and finally get rid of that belly fat once and for all. Habit number 7 is to walk immediately after your meals. This has a lot of really cool benefits. Namely, it is going to help to increase your insulin sensitivity. That means you are gonna have a slower insulin response, which will make you feel more full on fewer calories. Plus, walking is actually the #1 activity a woman in perimenopause and menopause can do to process inflammation faster. That means if you have chronic inflammation caused by something outside of the food you eat, like you had a previous injury or you just have inflammation for whatever reason, you will actually get rid of it by having the good stuff get in and pulling the bad stuff out, because you are circulating the blood all the way through your body by activating something called the muscle pump. This is a muscles primarily in your calf muscles that push blood up a one-way valve, puts that blood to your lungs, it gets oxygenated, goes to your heart, then goes through the rest of your body to lower inflammation and help you lose body fat. Habit number 6 is to drink sparkling water immediately before your meals. The bubbles make you feel really freaking full on fewer calories, which makes melting body fat super easy. But you have to make sure you get the right one. My personal favorite brand is called Zevia. I'm not sponsored by them, although it is delicious. The reason I like it is because even the colas do not have phosphoric acid. So you might have heard, or you might know, that women tend to get weaker bones later in life, and this is a real problem. You want to do everything you possibly can to avoid that. And one of the things that can cause this is having too much phosphorus in your system. The body actually has something called a phosphorus-calcium balance, and they're equal. If you have too much phosphoric acid, though, then your body needs to get more calcium. Where does it pull the calcium from? From your bones. So you don't want to create weaker bones by having too much cola. But even Zevia the cola version has no phosphoric acid, which is why I like Zevia so much. And also, I get the caffeine-free ones because I got too much freaking energy as it is. So you can get any brand, though. I mean, there's Waterloo, there's Ice, LaCroix is a really popular one. There's 1 million brands. The point is to get something that has a whole bunch of bubbles to make you feel full on fewer calories. Habit number 5 is to create big goals and only go after big goals. And I know that can sound super counterintuitive, but let me draw it to explain why it is so important that you only do big goals. You don't go after the small stuff. So let's say you have a big goal of losing 100 pounds of body fat, and that is the goal that you want, 100 pounds. And you have another goal where your goal is to lose 10 pounds. And I know people have said to have small, realistic goals, but I'm gonna tell you why that is just stupid. Why you always want to have big goals is because it makes it way easier to achieve your goals. And the easy way of losing weight is the only way you should lose weight. So let's say your goal is to lose 100 pounds and keep it off the rest of your life. Or the goal is just to lose your first 10 pounds. The reason why big goals work is because your pathway of getting there is limited. How many different options do you have to lose 10 pounds? You could do fasting. You could do a cleanse. You could do counting calories. You could do keto. You could do cabbage only. The point is that there's a million ways to lose 10 pounds. Like you can lose 10 pounds in a week if you go freaking nuts with it. You could do cleanses, you could do juicing, you could do keto, cabbage only. There's so many different options for doing this. But what if you want to lose 100 pounds and keep it off the rest of your life? Can you do fasting? Maybe. Can you do a cleanse? Absolutely not. Can you do counting calories? Hasn't worked for you before. Have you done keto? You hit a weight loss plateau. No, you can't do it. Your arteries are clogged with fat. Cabbage only. All right, I gotta eat something else. You realize that all of these things that can actually help you lose 10 pounds are never what will actually help you lose 100 pounds and keep it off the rest of your life, because there's really only one way to lose 100 pounds and keep it off, and that is to make it easy. Why? Because if you lose weight the easy way, it is easy to maintain that weight loss. What actually makes it easy? It means that you actually remove all of these alternatives. You can't do any of these. You have to make it really freaking easy. You have to be able to do it on your worst day. So let's say you are trying to do it, and we'll get into different habits that you can get into, but the point is every single habit that you do has to be easy. Because if you lose weight the hard way, it's gonna be hard to maintain that weight loss. That means you should only go after bigger goals because that's how you make it really freaking easy. Habit number 4 is to create forcing functions towards your goals. These are what will make you forced to do the action, even if you don't feel like it. And taking actions based on your goals instead of how you're feeling really guarantees your success because it removes willpower from the equation. So there are 2 main forcing functions that you could use, and you want to repeatedly use these over and over in your life because that will help you achieve more and more. For instance, spending a crap load of money is a forcing function. If you were to spend like $20,000 on a cruise, and that cruise involves island hopping where you are gonna walk on average 20,000 steps a day, but you spent $20,000 on this cruise, would you sit your butt on the couch waiting and hoping that you have the stamina to make the most out of this cruise? Or if you had a year to plan for this cruise, would you be walking on a regular basis because you don't want to waste that money? Like, people get whole college degrees that they don't even care about because they spent so much freaking money towards it. Spend a lot of more money towards your health goals and it'll be a lot easier to achieve it. This could be in the form of like fitness classes, in the form of personal trainers, or signing up for health coaching programs like mine. Not that my program's at $20,000, but the point is that if you were to spend a crap load of money, you are basically forced to take the advice and do it whether or not you feel like it. The other forcing function is to do it for someone else. So when you are doing it for someone else, you want to rope in yourself with them. So a really good example is like, say you want to get in that habit of walking and you want to prepare for this cruise. You can set an alarm on your phone to go off at the same time 7 days a week. And if you have a dog, that dog is gonna get trained every time that alarm goes off, you go for a walk. You tell a dog they're gonna go for a walk, they're doing freaking backflips. they freaking love walks. That alarm goes off, you see that dog doing circles, you're like, all right, crap, I guess I'll go for a walk now. Or you get a buddy that you can walk with, like an accountability partner, say, hey, I'm gonna walk with you every single day this week. You get to the gym, you meet up with them, and you go on the treadmill and you walk and talk. Or whatever it might be. The point is that you do it with someone else in a way that also improves your life by helping others do the same thing. I do the same thing with my wife and kids. I walk with them literally every single day of my life because it just makes me feel really good. It helps to increase my insulin sensitivity and reduce inflammation like we talked about with habit number 7. But the key is use forcing functions if you are serious about achieving your goals and get in the habit of using them often. Habit number 3 is to eat a lot more anti-obesity fruits. These are actually whole fruits, ones where you eat the whole thing. There are like 100 plus of them. You can watch my very first YouTube video if you want to see a list of a crap load of them and have me email you a list of 100 of them. But the key is that these anti-obesity fruits actually reduce inflammation naturally. They help to balance your gut microbiome, and they help to slow the absorption of sugar, cholesterol, and fat to the point where you'll feel more full on fewer calories. You will lessen the insulin response of your meals. You can actually help to lower your A1C, which is your blood glucose, which helps you lose body fat on easy mode. The key though is that you want to drink that sparkling water and then you want to eat these anti-obesity whole fruits next. Some examples of them are like cucumbers, apples, pears, grapes, which are really surprising because those are sugar bombs. But I had a client lose over 100 pounds of body fat just eating a crap load of grapes. And the key is that you want to eat these first with your meal. If you're eating them in the wrong order, it doesn't have the same effect. And there are also ones that I didn't know were whole fruits, like cucumbers. I thought those were vegetables for a long time. But if you pick it off a tree, it has the seeds on the inside. Those are whole fruits, and you got to eat the whole thing. But get in the habit of eating these, and it is by far the best dietary habit you can get into in order to melt body fat. There's not a food on the planet that will strip this belly fat off of a woman's belly that's in perimenopause and menopause faster than whole fruits. Why? Because they have anti-obesity effects. Habit number 2 is future self journaling. This is a type of journaling where you step into a character version of yourself that's in the future giving current you advice. This is absolutely freaking awesome for helping women lower cortisol naturally. Cortisol, when it's in excess, as in high cortisol, has been shown to be both anabolic to fat and catabolic to muscle. That means you're literally getting fatter and weaker at the same time if your cortisol is too high, which is not what you want. If you were to do that future you journaling, that can actually help you lower cortisol by up to 900% naturally. Like, you can't even take drugs that are that effective. And the thing is that it doesn't cost you anything. You just have to do it in the right way. So you have to step into that character version of you. This also will help to break something called the Solomon paradox. So if you're a woman with above average intelligence, what'll happen is you get really good at giving other people advice, and you're really bad at taking that advice yourself. This is called the Solomon paradox. This will help break that. It helps you zoom out, gain a lot of clarity, feel a lot more in control of your life, which helps to lower cortisol and help you get rid of that big bloated cortisol belly. And the number one habit that women over 40 can do to melt that belly fat and get rid of inflammation is to reach out for help when you need it. Life is only hard if you're trying to do it yourself. Think about this right now. You've had people in your life that come to you with problems. And how does it feel to be able to solve other people's problems? Like, imagine your kids go to you. You don't go like, oh, I gotta solve another one of their problems. Or imagine your best friend goes to you and says, I need you to get up at 2 a.m. and drive me to the airport. You say, of course, I'll be there in a second. Why is it so easy to do things for other people? It's because of that giver condition that women have just kind of baked into their psyche. The thing is, though, it's only hard if you're trying to do it yourself. Other people's problems feel easy. Even psychiatrists will actually get other psychiatrists to help them out if they're too stressed out. Like, you talk to your psychiatrist and you're like, I need help with this. They help you with it. They don't go home and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I talked to Mary and, you know, I'm so freaking stressed out now. Like, they don't do that. Why? Because other people's problems feel easy. Your problems are only hard because you have them all the time. If you have your problem all the time, it feels very heavy. And it feels like you're gonna be giving this burden to someone else. But that's simply not true. When you give it to someone else, it is light for them. It is easy. And they're happy to help you. People love you. They want to see what's best for you. And it's only hard if you keep trying to do it alone. There is a book, a podcast, you know, a coach, an online video like this that can actually help you see the results you want to see. The problem is that you just are not reaching out for help when you need it. If you reach out for help, you make it really freaking easy. And that is the best habit you can get into, because that is what's best for everyone. Those are actually the 7 habits that I teach to women in my full program that guarantees results naturally. No counting calories and no taking supplements. And if women join my full program and they don't see their desired results following my guidance, I give them a full 100% refund plus an additional $2,000 cash back on top of the full refund if my guidance doesn't work. Spoiler, it works, but you have to qualify to join. If you're interested in learning more about my full program and you want to know the exact strategies that I use to help women in perimenopause and menopause melt that body fat and balance their hormones naturally, I actually have a free live broadcast that you can attend. I'll put it as the link in the description. Just click there, register. Hope to see you there, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Love you all.